Right now, as you are watching this video, over 350 million human beings are doing something you probably haven't given a single thought to since you woke up this morning. They are defecating out in the open, in fields, beside roads, alongside riverbanks, and even in the shadow of bushes. Let's look at the raw arithmetic of the human biology. The average adult produces roughly 128 grams of solid fecal matter every single day. Multiply that by more than 350 million people and the math becomes terrifying. Every 24 hours, more than 45,000 metric tons of completely untreated human excrement enter our global environment. To put that in perspective, that is the exact structural weight of the Titanic in raw, pathogen-dense sewage deposited directly onto the face of the earth every single day. We make multi-billion-dollar documentaries about plastic pollution. We cooperate sponsor summits on carbon footprints and ocean oil spills. But one of the most volatile, toxic, and lethal environmental crises facing our species is entirely organic, completely unmentionable in a polite company, and 100% preventable. Welcome to what happens when a planet's population outgrows its plumbing. When human waste is left exposed to the elements, it doesn't just naturally dissolve back into nature like leaves from a tree. It launches a biological invasion. According to data compiled by UNICEF and the World Health Organization, a single solitary gram of human feces, a speck no longer than a pea, can host up to 10 million viruses, 1 million bacteria, 1,000 parasite cysts, and 100 worm eggs. According to Public Health Historical Archives, sanitation is more crucial than medicine. Clean water and proper disposal of human waste are the true foundations upon which human longevity was built. When the rain comes, the topography of the earth acts like a massive funnel. This isn't contained. Gravity takes over, washing these billions of microscopic entities deep into the topsoil and leaching them straight into the underground drinking water aquifers. It rushes over land into streams, turning innocent landscapes into what the hydrologists will formally call fecal fields. And this is where ecological cycle closes back on you, no matter where you live. Globally, an estimated 10% of the world's population eats food that has been directly irrigated by untreated wastewater or contaminated rivers. When agricultural water supplies are thick with pathogens, the crops we harvest are washed in it. The root system absorbs it. The fish we catch swim, feed, and spawn in it. But the damage goes beyond human infection. This massive influx of organic matter introduces an overload of nitrogen and phosphorus into aquatic environments. This triggers a catastrophic environmental phenomenon known as eutrophication. The nutrients act like a rocket fuel for wild algae, causing monstrous blooms that coat the face of the lakes and rivers. These blooms choke out the sunlight, consume every available molecule of dissolved oxygen in the water, and transform thriving aquatic habitats into completely dead, sophisticated hypoxic zones. The human cost is devastating. The World Health Organization attributes over 500,000 deaths every year to unsafe sanitation and contaminated water supplies from diarrhea diseases alone. That is more than 1,500 people dying every day, mostly children under the age of 5. From a crisis that could have been solved by a simple engineering, it is an uneasy, quiet humanitarian and ecological massacre. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. It is incredibly easy to watch this and think that is an awful tragedy for people living thousands of miles away in extreme structural poverty. Think again, because the invisible flood is walking right down the avenues of some of the wealthiest, most hyper-developed cities on the face of the earth. Across the United States and part of Western Europe, a perfect storm of skyrocketing housing costs, systemic homelessness, and literal decades of long shutdown of public infrastructure has brought open defecation directly onto the urban concrete sidewalk. Take San Francisco. Over the past 15 years, official municipal service complaints regarding public human waste skyrocketed by over 500%. It grew so severe that the city was forced to pioneer a dedicated, specialized municipal task force, affectionately dubbed the Poop Patrol, equipping workers with heavy-duty steam cleaning vehicles, paying them specialized salaries just to keep the public sidewalks biohazard-free. How did we get here? During the mid to late 20th century, cities systematically closed, locked, and demolished public restrooms due to maintenance maintenance costs, and the fear of vandalism or illicit activity. But here is the foundational truth of human anatomy. You can delete a restroom from a city map, but you cannot delete the biological needs of the human body. Whether it is the total lack of plumbing in a remote, water-stressed village or a total lack of public access in a multi-trillion-dollar tech hub, the baseline issue remains identical. Human beings have an absolute biological imperative and absolutely nowhere safe, private, or hygienic to put it. So how do we finally stop the invisible flood? The instinctual knee-jerk political reaction has always been simple: just build more toilets. But global development history is littered with the ghost of failed projects. If you build a concrete toilet block in a community without consulting them, without changing local habits, or without securing a water supply, you haven't solved the crisis. You have just built a highly expensive, deeply awkward concrete closet that people will end up using it to store grain or tools. Real solutions require rewriting our entire relationship with waste through 3 revolutionary shifts. First, community-led total behavior change. Look at India's monumental Swachh Bharat Mission Clean India campaign. Over a span of a decade, this initiative helped move hundreds of millions of people away from open defecation. How? Not merely by dropping concrete slabs across rural areas, but through relentless, massive cultural campaigns, community accountability, and reshaping the social norms around sanitation. They treated toilets not as a structural luxury, but as an absolute badge of health, safety, and community pride. Second, turning waste into worth via the circular economy. The future of sanitation is completely waterless. Traditional Western-style flush toilets are ecological disaster for dry climates. They take clean, purified drinking water, contaminate it with feces, and send it down a pipe to become someone else's problem. Enter the modern eco-sand systems. These systems utilize a mechanical separator to split liquid urine from solid feces completely without water. By keeping them separate, the solid waste quickly dries out and undergoes high-temperature biological pasteurization. This process destroys 100% of the harmful viruses and bacteria, transforming what was once a lethal biohazard into a completely safe, organic, nitrogen and phosphorus-rich fertilizer pellets for agriculture. The liquids can be treated to extract pure ammonia. Suddenly, communities aren't paying to get rid of dangerous sewage. They are harvesting an invaluable agricultural asset that regenerates depleted farming soils and creates local green economies. And finally, in our sprawling modern Western cities, public infrastructure renewal. We need to fundamentally reclassify public restrooms. They cannot be treated as an optional luxury or a commercial privilege reserved only for paying customers at coffee shops. Safe, accessible, urban sanitation must be funded, maintained, and operated as an absolute, non-negotiable public utility, exactly like streetlights, paved roads, and fire hydrants. It is a baseline wall of defense for public health. At the end of the day, bringing an end to open defecation is about so much more than just human modesty or basic manners. It is about building an ironclad ecological shield around our global biosphere. Every single toilet facility that is thoughtfully constructed, culturally adopted, and intelligently managed represents a massive historic victory. It is a direct victory for the purity of our groundwater, the survival of our aquatic ecosystems, and the health of our collective global future. The next time you push that little metal handle on your bathroom wall and watch your problem disappear into the pipes, remember just how lucky you are, and remember how much work the rest of the world still has to do. If you learned something new from this deep dive, make sure to slam the subscribe button, hit on the like icon, and share this video with friends. Let's keep shining a bright light on the environmental crisis that the rest of the world is too uncomfortable to talk about. And thanks for watching. Stay curious and see you in the next one.